Welcome to Catholic University of East Africa here in Karen, Nairobi, Kenya. We are here for the Miss President Season 2 grand finale. But first, let's have a look at the journey so far, from beginning to date.
Six talented, strong, and smart women stood in front of a nation, facing moderators, fielding questions, sharing their wisdom, and asking the nation to vote for them. They stand in front of you again today. How did they get here?
Miss President Season 2!
It all began many months ago when a rallying call went out to the women of Kenya. Did they have what it took to be Kenya's next Miss President? 750 women said yes and sent in their applications. 350 of them were shortlisted and 50 of them stepped into the academy.
Formed your political parties. Some of you are disqualified. Some of you were sent home.
They then went through an intensive series of trainings ranging from formation of a government, national security, food security, devolution. And along the way, they were tested and tried by the formidable trio of judges who decided not only if their work was up to par, but also decided if they were staying in the academy.
We will let you go home.
And week after week, they got praise.
You're very articulate. Well done.
They got criticism.
Imagine if 20, 30, 50 years, we only have the ambassador to Tanzania is from the coastal region. What do you think people will think?
And even got close to leaving the academy.
Should we be looking for top 5 or should we just be content with top 4?
And as others went, the cohort got smaller and smaller, and the work got harder and harder. And at the end of it all, 6 women remained standing. The top 6 showed us their campaign mettle, then took us back to their home counties to show the nation who they were, who supports them, and what inspires them in a quest to inspire you to throw your support toward them. Then finally, they faced the nation, live, unscripted, uncensored, unrattled, all in a quest to show that they deserved your vote for them as the ultimate Miss President.
I want to ask you for your vote. If you give me your vote, you will never be disappointed. I have always had a voice.
All the voices matter. All women are capable
To take this country to the next level.
Today, we will get the answer to the question, who will win Miss President Season 2? Is it Angel, Bina, Frida, Milka, Nuru, or Pauline? Brace yourself. It's a dramatic conclusion to this extraordinary journey as we unveil the next ultimate Miss President.
Well, last week we had the great debate. And now this is the grand finale of Miss President Season 2. Now I know you know them by name. Some of you know them on a personal level. Some of you, they're only household names because of you watching television. But here they are with us, the final 6 contestants of Miss President Season 2, starting off with Miss President, Kiambu County, Angel Mbuthia. And she will be joined by Miss President, Nairobi County, Bina Maseno. And Bina will be joined by Miss President, Embu County, Dr. Frida Karani. And Frida will be joined by Miss President, Taita Taveta County, Milka Riga. And Milka will be joined by Miss President, Kwale County, Nuru Mohammed. And to crown it all will be Miss President Siaya County, Pauline Onguko. Now, as the Miss Presidents, take their place, I would like us to acknowledge the producers of Miss President Season 2. This, of course, is Media Focus on Africa and Dreamcatcher Productions for their bold, visionary, and basically pioneering programming for Miss President Season 2. And we wish and we hope that there'll be more seasons to come as we search for Kenya's first female president. Also, we'd like to thank the contestants and the people who've been following them from start until now. They've had loyal support, and people have come from far and wide, and some of you are here in the audience tonight. Then also, we'd like to give a very, very special thanks to all the people who have made this programming possible, especially the Canadian High Commission, through UN Women, and also the European Union. And now, I would like very much to welcome all the Miss Presidents from Season 1 and Season 2 who are here and who are at home, and also to welcome the Country Director of Media Focus on Africa, Mr. Harrison Manga, to please grace us with his presence on stage and give us a few words. Mr. Harrison Manga, please, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening. Our special guests, our friends from the Canadian High Commission, represented by Ms. Janine Coker, thank you. Our friends from the European Union, represented by Deputy Ambassador Catherine, thank you. Madam Anna from UN Women, thank you. And our chief guest, Dr. Joyce, thank you. I want to use the words of an American poet, Muriel Strode. She said that we shouldn't go where the path may lead, but instead, we should go where there is no path and leave a trail. For us as Media Focus on Africa with Miss President, that is exactly what we have sought to do. We have had various reality TV formats on our screens, but we had never had one that focused on women in leadership until Miss President happened. Miss President has given us the opportunity to show to Kenya that we have an abundance of very capable and competent women leaders. As we take them through the academy with the challenges and the tasks that they're subjected to, and which we all watch them undertake on TV, we have actually shown Kenyans that the presidency is not a walk in the park, and it requires serious capability to do it, and that the women of Kenya actually possess that capacity. They have benefited from the knowledge and the wisdom of very competent and qualified trainers and judges, some of who are the best in their own fields. And now we are very confident that the cohort of Miss President Season 2 are ready, are equipped, and are raring to go to take on the leadership challenge and provide the leadership that our society and our nation needs. And that now, through the enhanced visibility and profile that they have obtained through the show, we also have a new set of role models for our young girls and women in Kenya. I want to say that the next phase will involve us taking this conversation to 7 specific locations across the country to talk about women and leadership. And the content that we have put together through this show will make that engagement very fruitful and useful. I want to thank our partners in this process, Dreamcatcher. I want to thank Standard Group. I want to thank Viva Africa Consulting. And of course, I want to thank the government of Canada. I want to thank the European Union. I want to thank UN Women who have made the financial contributions that have made this possible. I want to end by again revisiting the words of Muriel Strode. So in 2019, we left a trail of 70 capable women. Out of that trail, 2 members are sitting in the National Assembly. Out of that trail, there is a member of the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee. Out of that trail, we have an immediate former Chief Administrative Secretary. So the question goes, what about the trail we're leaving behind in 2022? Might this be the ultimate trail? Might Kenya's first ever female head of state come out of this trail? Thank you.
And next, we have a gentleman from KTN to give us a bit of a word regarding Miss President Season 2.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening.
Evening.
My name is Laban Clay Fonserio, Chief of Staff in the Office of the CEO. I represent my boss here tonight. And before I go on to read his speech, I want to really appreciate all contestants and all the beautiful ladies right here. So I need you all to please give them a round of applause. I say so with great nostalgia because a few years back, I actually had the privilege of working for the former president, and this was right at the President's Delivery Unit. So seeing you all here and seeing, of course, the contestants, I can only see the potential of some of you, if not all of you, making it to State House in a few years to come. So please, if you believe that, appreciate yourselves. It's great to see the leadership we have, and I can only imagine the inspiration that we're going to get in a few years as well. So I'll go right ahead and recognize the protocols. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Standard Group, the Group CEO, Mr. Orlando Lyomu, I would like to thank you all for gracing this award ceremony. More so, I'd like to acknowledge and thank Madam Janine Coker, who's the Head of Cooperation at the Canadian High Commission. I'll also want to appreciate and thank Madam Catherine Hedgeman, who's the Deputy Head of Delegation at the European Union. Dr. Joyce Mutinda, the NGEC Chairperson. Madam Anne Mutavati from the UN Women Country Representative. I also have Mburugu Gikunda, the Executive Producer, and also Mr. Harrison Manga, the Country Director. We want to thank you all for the support that you've bestowed upon this project, not only to KTN Home, which of course we are live on the platform and on our digital platforms, but of course across all our Standard Group's 360 media platforms. It's a great honor to host the show on the KTN Home platform. This for about 20 weeks, which we have done. And also as a media house, we are committed to amplify the gender agenda, as well as bring to the forefront the women leadership skills, knowledge, and winnings as well. I'd like to thank you all, and I want to congratulate our contestants, and of course the winner as well, as will be announced. Thank you very much. God bless you all, and have a good evening.
I would now like to welcome one of our key trainers and governance experts, Mr. Kevin Osido, to give us a word.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Hamujambo. So first and foremost, to our chief guest for the evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the trainers of Miss President Season 2, I wish to indicate, confirm and affirm that the ladies that we present to you this evening have met the criteria, the expectation, and indeed the desire from the trainers of what was expected of them to be able to deal with our local challenges with global lenses, focusing on innovation, not just for the challenges for tomorrow, but indeed beginning with the issues that the citizens of Kenya face today. Those concerns are green, clean, and clear in the eyes of Ms. Presidents that we present to you this evening. The trainers performed their tasks with magnanimity, of attention, and indeed seriousness. From these wonderful ladies, and those who did not make it to the top 6, we saw precision, we saw resilience, we saw them sharing their experiences based on their backgrounds. We saw them coming up with simple solutions to our technical problems, so simplicity. We saw the highest degree of intelligence from Kenyans. They presented high levels of dignity, execution, and even in as much as this is a competition, they indeed presented themselves with neutrality of acceptance of each other and shared the solutions with technicalities of the tasks that were presented to them. Ladies and gentlemen, you notice that I've just spelled the words Miss President using those letters. We have seen and interacted with very strong women that we present to you here today. The question, therefore, that begs is, are we ready for Miss President? Is Kenya ready for a woman president? Are you ready? Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. And now, I would like to welcome our Chief Judge, Zippy Okoth.
Ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed, good evening. On behalf of the judges, Judge Michael Onyango and Jerry Kiraini, we'd like to say it was such an honor to be at the pivot of selecting the next Kenyan female president. And as we give you the top 5, we'd like to say that it's notable that the Miss President, it's not just a show, but a reality that has shaped the politics and leadership of Kenyan politics. Our previous contestants, the top 6, are currently in positions of government and in the private sector in ways that make us proud. And beyond that, we also have the top 50 from the last season that are holding very high positions. We have Nerea Amondi, Renee Mayaka, Lynette Mavu, Betty Adera, Waruguru Wakiai, and Muher Mohammed, some of whom are nominated MPs. We'd like to say the second season presented us with powerful, young, youthful, dynamic, and very vibrant young people who gave us their energy, they gave us insights, and they gave us very strong opinions on leadership and on the Miss President. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to say that are we ready? Are we ready for strong female leadership? And are women ready to take up the positions of leadership in Kenya and in Africa? I believe women have always led. The difference is our stories are never told, just like in the Bible. But the Miss President show has given us all opportunities to tell the African women leaders' story. And we want to say, if we don't tell those stories, the next generation of women will never know how to lead. So ladies and gentlemen, let's keep telling strong female leaders' stories. Thank you.
Judge Zippy, I understand that we have a very special guest in the audience today from season 1, and I would kindly request you to introduce her.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, that's such an honor, Chris. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you the winner, Miss President Season 1. It's not been easy for us, for them who got the Miss President titles, but we want to say they've made us proud in their journey. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call Miss President Season 1, Homa Bay County, Nerea Amondi. Kindly clap for her.
Oh, what a night. Isn't it a lovely evening? Isn't it a lovely evening? Yes. Isn't it a lovely evening? Yes. Yes, it is. And to the Deputy Head of Delegation of the European Union, and also the Head of Cooperation, Canadian High Commission, on behalf of Miss President Season 1 finalists, that is a class of 2019, I would like to join you in celebrating the 50 women that have walked this journey, class of 2022. It is no mean feat. I'd also like to celebrate the 6 women who are left standing, and we will be crowning the ultimate Miss President tonight. But the reality of leadership out there is not the same as the academy. You have to be decisive, you have to be effective, you have to be precise with what you want. So as you walk out of here tonight, a whole new world awaits you. I'd like to thank you for your commitment in staying the course. We have a journey. We have to deliver the women agenda. So even as we crown this class, we still do not have enough women in the limelight. And the spotlight is big enough for all of us. Women, it is big enough for all of us. We need more. We need a season 3 of Miss President. I look forward to it, by the way. And so to the finalists, I looked for so many words to describe the 6 of you. And I tried. The audacious angel, the brilliant Bina, the focused Frida, the meticulous Melka, and the notable Nuru. You can't miss that woman. And finally, the pragmatic Pauline, all the way from Siaya County. I celebrate all of you. The ultimate winner is going to be first among equals. We need you out there because there isn't enough of us to make the difference that we want. So as I finish, and as we wait for the ultimate Miss President, I think the one thing that I like to do is to rally the women and say, Viva women power, viva! Viva! Viva women power, viva! Viva! Thank you very much and have a lovely evening.
Thank you very much, Nerea, Miss President Season 1. And as Viva African Consulting continues to get ready to tell us what we never really know, but we shall know, we're going to go to a commercial break. But remember, stay tuned and come right back to Miss President Season 2, the grand finale.
My skin is my identity, my strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care with 5 oils and 5 vitamins. 48-hour nourishment. Helps reduce appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care for your shade of beautiful.
This Christmas, it's magical at Westgate Shopping Mall. Spend 1,000 shillings or more and stand a chance to win a fully paid 7 nights Western Mediterranean cruise holiday, home furniture worth $500,000 Kenya shillings, or a hot air balloon safari at the Masai Mara. Shop and win at Westgate Shopping Mall. Terms and conditions apply.
Festive season, StoreTimes is spreading the joy of entertainment. Ready! Recharge your monthly subscription on your current bouquet and get upgraded to the next higher bouquet for 15 days for the same happy price. More documentaries, more fun kids shows.
More Transformers!
Get upgraded to the next higher bouquet for 15 days. Excitement of sports. More power-packed blockbuster movies. More drama.
What did I do?
More romance.
Taking care of me.
Recharge today and get upgraded. StoreTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Kupenda kwangu ni vile economy iko.
Usijali. Wacha turekebishe.
Bei ya jana, si bei ya leo.
tunabambika na Jumia Black Friday, nunua bidhaa yako leo, uletewe haraka upesio, na kuna kitu tu kwa kila mtu, kuna ofa moto moto, chako kipo tu, deals zimeivana.
Uchumi ni hard, lakini Jumia tunakusort.
Kenya not playing in the Cup of World Football. Uko na maoni gani?
Maoni yangu? Sina maoni kabisa. Because we have our own
Team Naivas, kikombe kikwetu na kila Mkenya ni mshindi.
Kwa kiwanja ya Naivas tuko na mamilioni za Naivas gift voucher.
Ukinunua na Naivas reward card.
Of course.
TVs to be won from Coca-Cola.
65 inches, my friend.
Pia kuna vouchers wakati unapo tap na kupay na Visa card yako.
And special offers for house parties.
Buda, fonke jani.
Wameenda kwa choo.
Manze mbuzi kibao to be won.
Mbuzi sio mimi, ni huyu.
Team Naivas presents Kikombe Kikwetu at all Naivas locals across the country. Kila Mkenya ni mshindi.
Sleepwalking through the afternoon. Sleepwalking through the afternoon. Sleepwalking through the afternoon.
Don't live life on repeat. Enjoy your break moments with Minute Maid Delight, a treat that awakens your senses and fills you with vitality. So fill those break moments with the indulgent sensations of Minute Maid, featuring delicious mango, tropical and apple flavors. Minute Maid, filled with life.
If indeed you have a genuine case that you are there rightfully in the payroll, that you have passed through an interview, that you have passed through some short listing, that you have presented your documents at that time, then obviously we will look at the committee which will look at your case, and if there's any genuine case, then of course you have no reason to worry.
You can catch this and more short stories on KTN News YouTube Shorts page. Simply dial *544# or go to the My Safaricom app to get your 1 GB of YouTube bundles for just 10 shillings.
Bambika na shorts kila siku. Check stories za kila kitu. Shika 1 GB na 10 bob. Dial *544#. Now you can watch and create YouTube Shorts videos on Kenya's fastest and most reliable network.
Welcome back to Miss President Season 2, the grand finale. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are very privileged and honored to have among us tonight the country representative of UN Women, Miss Anna Mutabati.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, so it is an honor for me to be here today, this evening, to celebrate the women of Kenya, and particularly the finalists of the Miss President reality show Season 2. It is a remarkable day as we observe the significant progress that is being made by women in the political process and spaces in Kenya. I'm equally honored to be here in the presence of our partners, Canada and the EU, who have made this project possible. A special thanks to our partners, Media Focus on Africa, for ably organizing and leading this show into its second season. Ladies and gentlemen, after successfully producing and airing Miss President Season 1, UN Women partnered with Media Focus on Africa for a bigger and better season of the show, an edutainment and thought-provoking reality show that demonstrates to Kenya and indeed the whole world the capacity and ability of women to lead. The Miss President Season 2 could not have come at a better time, as women's leadership is gaining currency and momentum in Kenya, and we are having more women taking up their place in political leadership positions. The 2022 elections was particularly significant for women's leadership in Kenya, with a record number of women in positions of governor, deputy governors, members of parliament, senate, and MCAs. However, despite these significant gains, political representation across the board remains heavily skewed in favor of men. For example, at the county level, only 115 women were elected as members of the county assemblies, MCAs, out of the 1,450 elective MCA seats. So only 115 women were elected out of over 1,000 elective MCA seats. And the number of elected women senators remained unchanged at only 3 from 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, why is this important? Democracy will only be achieved if public policy and decision-making are inclusive and representative, with equal participation of men and women. We all know that public and political life in Kenya has been characterized by low participation of women in politics and in decision-making, and even going below the constitutional thresholds of not more than 2/3. As we seek to achieve the 2/3 gender rule in Kenya, we need to start by bringing in as many women as possible, beyond 30%, into the political arena. This is why Miss President is very significant, as it helps to build a large pool of women leaders who will lead the country, not only in politics, but in all walks of life. Ladies and gentlemen, the Miss President Season 2 is one of UN Women's programs in Kenya, and its screening during an electoral year provided a unique opportunity to promote women's leadership and encourage Kenyans to support women's representation in the various positions that were going through the elections. The Miss President TV show, produced and broadcast on KTN, has reached an approximate 1.1 million viewers every week, and the Miss President radio shows have reached approximately 3.5 million listeners via 8 radio stations. It is encouraging to know that 10 contestants from Miss President Season 1 and 5 contestants from Miss President Season 2 vied for the August 2022 general elections in Kenya. Further, 2 contestants from Season 1 have been nominated as members of the National Assembly. These are significant results of the show and evidence that investing in women's leadership does bear fruit. Now, as I end, let me directly address the contestants. I would like to thank you all for competing. We are very proud of you, and to us, you are evidence that women can be anything that they set their eyes to be. You have created networks. Please continue to build on them and use them. You showed the whole world that youth and women can lead, and it is our time to lead. You are our ambassadors out there. We are extremely proud of you. Continue to engage, continue to expand the space for other women to engage and lead. Continue to mentor other young women that you come across in your lives. Stay connected, and you go on and just go on and conquer the world. The world is waiting for you. So thank you again for stepping up and just declaring that this space is for us, and it is our time, because we are Generation Equality. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anna Mutawati. country representative for UN Women. And coming up next is the deputy head of the European Union delegation, Madam Katrin Hagman. Please, welcome.
Good evening. Good evening. There we go. My name is Katrin Hagemann. I'm the Deputy Head of Delegation of the European Union here in Kenya. I've been here, this is my 4th year, so I just missed the first season, but I have been here in time for the 2nd season. I was here from the start of the Academy, and I was here again last week for the debates, and wow, what a performance. Congratulations to all of you. You have been fantastic. So really, so much talent here that I saw last time, but also to all of the participants of season 2. You have really taken this to the next level. You have taken your opportunities, you've shown your talent, and you've used this to put forward your issues and brought them to the table. So congratulations to all of you for what you have done and what you have achieved so far. And we know from season 1 that there's so much more ahead for all of you. You have seen that season 1 has produced some fantastic talent, both in Parliament, in the new Parliament, in the cabinet of the former cabinet, and you're going out there to bring forward your issues and make the most of it. So please take this opportunity, because that's what it is. It does not end here. It does not end tonight. Go and make the most of it. Use what you've learned and bring it to the next level. Thank you to all of you for making this show so great. Thank you to the Canadian High Commission, who has been the major sponsor this time round. Thank you to Media Focus for having had that idea in the first place and bringing it to such a fantastic show. And thank you to the audience for being the audience here in the room, but really also the audience on TV. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this ends tonight. You've all been fantastic contestants, and I'm very, very curious to hear who will be the winner tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And on behalf of the Canadian High Commissioner, His Excellency Christopher Thornley, we have a lady from the Canadian High Commission who is the head of cooperation, and her name is Janine Hawker. Please welcome her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jambo, and good evening to all. I am so excited to be here today and to support you, the remaining contestants. I know we've met several times before, the past contestants, and the Miss President show as we finalize the end of this very exciting journey. From this crowd, from the buzz, from the excitement, I know this show has moved the dial forward on gender equality in Kenya. Firstly, I want to congratulate the entire team, contestants, judges, trainers, and crew that have set the show up and kept it running for 20 weeks. I know it's been a very long journey for us all, but I know it's really been worth it. At the beginning of our journey, we talked about how empowering women to participate fully in decision-making is not only good for women and their families, it's also really essential for a thriving country. And that a nation's competitiveness depends significantly on how it educates and utilizes its female talent. And we know that from evidence that when women and girls are given equal opportunities to succeed, they are powerful agents of change, driving stronger economic growth, encouraging greater peace, and improving the quality of everybody's life. And again, I think you all know this, but this is why Canada is supporting you and programs like this. We know the importance of the full participation of women in political decision making, and we are committed to helping improve opportunities for women. And in fact, we have a whole feminist policy says that we must work to reduce barriers for all women that face barriers in equal rights and opportunities. The tenets of Ms. President embodies our policy, but it also embodies global policies like the Sustainable Development Goals, as well as the Kenyan Constitution, Articles 27 and 81. And women, we know, are, yes, they're still underrepresented. Even as voters, as candidates, elected representatives, or electoral administrators. And we know that this comes from a lot of different kinds of barriers, which we've talked about on this show and elsewhere. And what's exciting is that this show actually challenged those barriers. And in particular, and I think I talked about this at the beginning, it challenged one particular barrier, which is gender stereotypes. And I want to really thank Media Focus on Africa for playing a role in challenging these stereotypes in all aspects of this production, from sensitive camera angles to asking important and realistic questions to supporting women and to providing a forum for women's voices. It's been a great platform and a national platform, and it's presented an opportunity for contestants to build a national profile that will stand them in good stead for their career in public service or private sector or whatever they want to choose. And as we've talked about earlier, this is evidence from the previous Miss President candidates. And I think predominantly, and what I'm most proud of, is that the show brought into focus the incredibly talented, smart, capable, and yes, very fierce women that make up half of Kenya's population. It helped to normalize women's leadership, and it demonstrated why it's necessary for Kenya's development. The show really also helped put gender equality, this conversation, on the agenda during the height of the 22 elections and in the immediate period after the elections, and it prepared women for leadership. And I know the Academy was a big part of that, so thank you to all who participated in that. And now, through all of its 20 episodes, Ms. President has showcased the potential women candidates from across the country. It has highlighted women as active agents of change in bringing about a unified and peaceful Kenya. And it has challenged all of us, all of our social norms about women's leadership in this Kenyan society. So today we're celebrating the winners of the show, and not just the final winner of the show, but all candidates who were brave enough to participate, who demonstrated their leadership and showed us all that she can lead. Asante sana. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And now you've had them calling all the shots as the judge, jury, and executioner. That is, of course, Judge Zipio Koth, Judge Jerry Kireni, and Judge Michael Onyango. But now, the choice is actually up to you to make the final decision. So, I am now going to actually be able to call and welcome the chair of the Gender and Equality Commission, Dr. Joyce Mutinda, on stage, as Viva Africa Consulting continues to ensure that we will get to know what we never really know until we know. Dr. Mutinda?
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm very, very proud because I see leadership moving from where it has been domiciled to where we did not expect it. All protocols observed. Let me recognize the presence among us of the UN Women Country Representative, the Canadian Embassy, we also have the EU, and we have our judges. We also have our special guests for today, the contestants. One of them is going to be the winner, and another one, number 2. So we are so expectant about this. Now, we as the National Gender and Equality Commission are proud because our mandate is to ensure gender equality and non-discrimination in this country. We take care of special interest groups, which include women. And today, women, one of my special interest groups is the focus of Miss President. I was there as we launched the season 2, and I've interacted with the graduates of season 1, and I must confess, they are making a great impact in this country. I don't intend to make a speech, but allow me to congratulate Media Focus for what they are doing. And known to them, they are developing very special skills among the women. Whether the women are young or old, it doesn't matter, as long as they get the leadership skills. This enables me to carry on with this mandate of gender equality and call upon everyone to look at 7 of the Kenya Constitution 2010, which says you cannot discriminate. And therefore, when I am asked for people who are going to be in parliament or in leadership at the local level, that is our county assemblies, I have a big basket from where to pick, particularly when it comes to nominations. But ladies, I don't want us just to go for nominations. Time has come when we get the president, a lady president in this country. Are we ready for that? I want to call upon everyone in this country to live that dream. Let us have the first lady president in this country. It has happened everywhere around us. Look at Tanzania, look at Ethiopia. What about in Europe? It is happening. So why not Kenya? Let us make this the dream. The next elections, let us get a lady president. Please, ladies, clap for yourselves. And talk to your daughters, your nieces, and everyone, including the men, to support the women. I know we have very limited time. Let me congratulate the contestants, and we wait for that moment when we see what they can do. And before we leave this place, let us talk the story of 2/3 representation, both at the National Assembly and at the Senate. Because at the county levels, that one has been taken care of by Article 177 of our Constitution because of the nominations. Please let us be ready so that at least not only 2/3, but what His Excellency the President promised us, 50%. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Daktari. And now, Vivo Africa Consulting, please. The time is finally here. Viva African Consulting.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All protocols observed. My name is Gladys Ngugi. Tonight, I represent Viva Africa Consulting, which is a firm tasked with the validation of the votes cast for the winner of the second season of the Miss President competition. The voting began at midnight on Tuesday, 8th November, and closed at midnight Wednesday, 16th November, 2022. The total votes that were cast were 165,960 votes, and the valid votes were 137,858 votes. The winner has garnered a total of 34,514 votes, which is equivalent to 25.04% of the total valid votes cast. The first runners-up garnered a total of 34,012 votes, which is equivalent to 24.67% of the total valid votes cast. The second runners-up garnered a total of 27,069 votes, which is equivalent to 19.64% of the total valid votes cast. Without further ado, I hereby confirm that we are satisfied with the voting process and are pleased to hand over the results to the Masters of Ceremonies for the announcement of the winner. Thank you.
Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been given an envelope that is only marked. I'm trying to read, you know I have glasses. I don't know what is written here, but it seems to have number 3 written twice on that envelope. It's not a brown envelope, it's a white envelope. And I'm trying to breathe normally. It's not possible. When you are given this number, you try to read and... Ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce the lady who got the 3rd position, and her name is... I'm trying to read. Her name is Milka Riga.
Milka Riga, Miss President, Taita Taveta County, number 3.
I'm still in shock, but you know, when you are given, you don't know what is inside. Congratulations, Milka. It was no mean achievement. I'm told Milka comes from Taita Taveta County, the place where our governor is Honorable His Excellency Mwadime. And today we even have the Deputy Speaker. You should have applauded more. That's a Deputy Speaker, Taita Taveta. Thank you and congratulations. Let's go to the next person. This one, I don't know. This is number 2. And number 2, now my eyes are very steady. And number 2 is none other than Bina Maseno.
Bina Maseno, Miss President, Nairobi County.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And the moment you are waiting for has just arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to read the longest letter that I have this evening. It is signed. And our winner today, the person the public voted for, and the contestant that got the highest number of votes, and the votes were 34,514 votes, which represent 25.04% of the total valid votes. And the winner is, can you guess? I am the only one allowed to announce, and the winner is Angel Budia.
And Angel Budia from Kiambu County is Miss President, Season 2. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Miss President Season 2 is Angel Budia from Kiambu County. And now, you know.